Welcome to the Velasco Theater. This show has no intermission and please, absolutely no photo, video or audio recordings of any kind. Please to turn off all cellular telephones and surveillance devices. It's a loud show, but there are some quiet beats, and trust me, you don't want to be that person with this speech. Ladies and gentlemen! August 13th, 1961, a wall was erected in the middle of the city of Berlin. The world was divided by a Cold War, and the Berlin Wall was the most hated symbol of that divide. Reviled, graffitied, spit upon, we thought the wall would stand forever, but now that it's gone, we don't know who we are anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, how big is life? This wall, standing before you in the divide between East and the West, slavery and freedom, man and woman, tall and bold.
welcome the angry inch. Huh? And my husband and man Friday, Yitzhak, yeah. There's no need. I am thrilled. Oh, sweetie, I haven't been loved in so long. I'm so fucking thrilled you could join me for the special one-night-only performance here at the beautiful Belasco Theater. You see, when it comes to huge openings, a lot of people think of me. Certainly Bob Wankel of the Schubert organization did. On bended knee did I beg Bob for my Broadway debut. He told me not to talk with my mouth full. I find myself moved, ladies and gentlemen. It's like I'm having a movement. I'm moved by the simple fact that this cruelly abridged corpus is presently supported by the same groaning planks that cradled Brando's debut. Barrymore's Farewell, where Bogey cracked wise and Tim Curry batted his eyes. Tastes like Michael C. Hall. Recognize that flavor anywhere. Yes, it's Michael C. Hall. Oh my God, think of me in the birthplace of such theatrical gems as Awakened Sing, as A Raisin in the Sun, and most recently Hurt Locker, the musical. Which opened last night and closed at intermission. Bob Wankel let us have the set for one more night before they strike it. So once again, think of me as a theatrical hermit crab. One that's wriggled into its new shell. How's it look on me? Shut up! Strangely resembles shrieks into the void, into the abyss that is me. You know, you legitimize me with the screams, ladies and gentlemen. Let's be honest. Many more of you have only recently become aware of me. Yes, it took a tragedy to make you finally pay attention. But now you're interested, you're intrigued even. Who is this Hedwig? Why have we never heard about her before, Jerry? Wow, that's a question I've been asking myself for years. How did some slip of a girly boy from communist East Berlin become the internationally ignored song stylist barely standing before you? A boy interrupted, or a woman in beta, if you will. That's what I want to talk about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not here to talk about calamity, I'm not here to talk about scandal, I'm not here to talk about my relationship with a certain well-known rock icon, Tommy Gnosis. Even though at this very moment, by some freak coincidence, with no prior knowledge on my part, or my people's parts, tonight he's launching his tour of atonement just a block away in Times Square. With incredible loyalty in the face of a lot of lies. I'm talking about you, my fans. Together, no one's gonna tear us down. I wrote every song on that album. And TMZ got it right. He was driving. He was on low, he was getting blown by yours truly, and he did hit that school bus full of deaf children, one survived, now blind. I told him everything he knows and has apparently forgotten about rock and roll, and he barely mentions my name on that giant sucking sound Anderson Cooper calls a show, which I'm sure you all saw. Because if you hadn't seen it, I'd be singing to the Coke check. And if I was lucky, James Franco at the back with a handicap. All the privileges of homosexuality and none of the responsibilities, James. Sorry, James, I'm wide open tonight. You're looking at a locker full of hurt. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the road is my home. My home is, what would you call it?
The road.
Exactly. When I think about all the people I have come upon in my travels, I have to think about the people who have come upon me. Screams into the void, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about the geography of human contact. The triangulation of a pair of eyes on my face. The latitude and longitude of a hand on my body. These are the only clues I have to my place in the world. To who I am. Who is Mystery Woman? I laugh because I would cry if I don't. I recently found my first diary. It was aged 2 through 6. It was written on toilet paper. We were lucky we had it. It was fully illustrated, and I realized from childlike illustrations that so many people have touched me on my way to this stage tonight. How can I say who touched me the most? My father? The American GI who left when I was barely old enough to speak my first words. Daddy, when I grow up, I'll kill you. Perhaps it was my East German mother who touched me the most. Hardly. When she touched me, it was usually by accident. You know, except one day we were watching Jesus Christ Superstar on American Forces television, and I turned to Mother. Jesus said the darndest things. She slapped me. Don't you ever mention that name to me again. But he died for our sins. So did Hitler. What? Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Better to be powerless, my son. She kind of got a wish when the wall went up because we happened to be living on the east side and Mother was given a job teaching sculpture to limbless children. Socialism, God rest its soul. It's the finger in the dike, ladies and gentlemen. There's a flood coming. You know, Obama had a transsexual nanny in Indonesia. You can Google that. You can Bing it, his name is Evie. I also heard from my Indonesian friends that Indonesian nannies, to get their children to go to sleep, masturbate them. That can be a habit hard to break. Michelle. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah. Most of my time was spent listening to American Forces television. Oh, you have no idea how important you once were. Our apartment was so small that Mother made me play the radio in the oven. Late at night, I would rest my head on the top rack, and listen to the American masters. Tony Tennille, Debbie Boone, Anne Murray, who was actually a Canadian working in the American idiom. And then there were the crypto homo rockers, Lou Reed, Iggy Pop, David Bowie, who was actually kind of an idiom working in America and Canada. These artists left as deep an impression on me as that oven rack did on my face. To be a young American in Muskrat Love, soft as an easy chair, not even the chair. I am, I said. Have I never been mellow? Have I never tried? And the colored girls sang. I sang along. How could I do the melody though better than Tony or Lou? Except once I couldn't resist. It can't be wrong if it feels. Well, I threw a tomato at my head. But you know, I was quite content to sing gentle backup harmonies in my oven while Mother started in the shower. When the hour grew late, and it was time for bed, Mother would shout from the bathroom, "Well, that's me." I would reply from the kitchen, "Well, I guess that's me too." We would wash our feet and brush our teeth and lay down on the narrow pallet that we had shared since Daddy left, like two pieces of a puzzle that don't quite fit, but are jammed together and left on a table by some dangerous fucking shut-in with too much time on his hands. I'm completely dilated right now. Okay. I'd like to share with you a bedtime story that Mother once whispered to me in the dark and later retracted. Whatever allowed her to tell such a story to such a little boy, I'll never know. But I remember it like it happened yesterday. When the earth was still flat and clouds made of fire, mountains stretched up to the sky, sometimes higher. Folks from the earth, like big rolling kegs, they had two sets of arms, they had two sets of legs, they had two faces peering at one giant head, so they could watch all around them as they talk while they read, and they never knew nothing of love was before all. The origin of love, the origin of love, the origin of love, the origin of love. Now there was three sexes, and one that looked like two men glued up back to back. They called the children of the sun, and similar in shape and girth was the children of the earth. They looked like two girls rolled up in one. And the children of the moon, it's like a fork shot on a spoon. They were awesome, but they got for a concert. The origin of love. Now the gods were quite scared of our strength and defiance, and Thor said, "I'm gonna kill them all with my hammer. I killed the giants." But Zeus said, "No, you better let me use my lightning like scissors, like I cut the legs off from whales, dinosaurs into lizards." And then he grabbed up some bolts, he let out a laugh, said, "I'll split them right down the middle, gonna cut them right up in half." In the storm clouds gathered up the saw you, we just split in two. You was looking at me, I was looking at you. You had a way so familiar, I could not recognize, cause you had blood on your face. I had blood in my eyes, but I couldn't spare by your expression. The pain down in your soul was the same, the one down in mine. Oh, that's the pain that cuts the straight line down through the heart. We call love. We're running on round each other, trying to shove ourselves back together. We were making love, making love. It was a cold, dark evening, such a long time ago. About a mighty head Joe. It was a sad story how we became lonely two-legged creatures. The story, the origin of love, the origin of love, yeah. The origin of love, the origin of love, the origin of I do love a good scrim job. After Mother finished her story, she began to snore. But I had to go somewhere I could think. I crept into the kitchen and put my head in the oven. It is clear that I must find my other half. But is it a he, or is it a she? Was it Daddy? He went away. Or Mother? I was suddenly afraid to go back to bed. What does this person look like? Is he identical to me? Or somehow complementary? Did he get the looks, the luck, the love? Were we really separated forcibly, or did he just run off with the good stuff? Or did I? Will this person embarrass me? What about sex? Oi. I'm German, but I can say oi. Sex, is that how we put ourselves back together again? Is that what Daddy was trying to... Or can two people actually become one again? And if we're driving on the Autobahn when it happens, can we still use the diamond lane? Practical questions. I am German. Questions of wholeness. Completion. Think of it. I thought of it. Jetzt sag, was machst du da verdammt nochmal? Like pouring my fucking heart out over here and you're like masturbating with acrylic hair. It's not even real hair. Don't fuck with me, okay? Not tonight. Oh shit, it's like immigration. Yeah, brings everything into focus, doesn't it? If you behave, I might let you shave my back. Mr. Bear. Sorry you had to hear that, ladies and gentlemen. Not many people do. You see, when I met him, he said he wanted to be a model. A foot model, maybe. What the fuck was that? Coming from the Minskoff. I was so late, it had an agenda. Don't take sides. There when one has no passport? Can you even see me? It's like rebuking a Wheaton Terrier. Don't look at me like I'm paranoid, you in the suit. Don't. I am anything. I am the opposite of paranoid. I am pronoid. I am under the delusion that I am surrounded by people trying to help me. Google that. That is diagnosable. Some screams coming from over here. How's my hair? That's what I want to hear. How would you describe it in a nutshell? Would effortless? Socially advantageous? Anybody? Arguably facetious? I needed us. Morally ambiguous? Fabulous is very boring. Superfluous? You will be dead to me, lady. I think of it as morally ambiguous, though. You know, sometimes you have to wonder whose hair it was. Originally. Right? Some single Sri Lankan mother of 10. Cut it off, bleach it. Have another child. Grow it out, cut it off, bleach it. Have another child, grow it out, cut it off, bleach it. Have another child, grow it out, bleach it. Have another child, grow it out, cut it off, bleach it. Grow it out, yips. Oh, come on, it's a global economy, Mr. Vegan in a leather jacket. Judging face over here. I have earned the right to feel nothing. I had to have my heart removed to fit into this fucking dress. Suddenly it was a perfect sample size, you know what I mean? I realized there was only one person who had ever been there for me in my life. That person was me. An accident, it was a cry for help. I was yelling help to me. What about me? With 50% of the show is this thing. It's like a massive strand of Jewish hair. It's unmanageable. Without me, he never would have swerved into that oncoming short bus and revived his moribund career with a well-timed redemption tale. Shut the fuck up! Okay, gag order be damned. I'm telling the whole story. It all went down in the newly annoying meatpacking district. You know the one. I had just been barred from entering the Jane Hotel. Apparently I left my douche ID at home. The bottle bitches, you know, with the heels and skittering like ducklings across the cobblestone. You're wearing a Kleenex! A limo pulled up. I stepped into it, naturally mistaking it for my own. I would cut a bitch. In the limo sat Tommy Gnosis. It had been years. So we dropped the driver off. We drove up and down the island doing drugs, catching up. We talked about the disappointing sales of his second album, you know, the one he wrote without me. The first one went triple platinum, the latest barely went pewter. He spoke of his loneliness. I reminded him of happier days. I just couldn't keep my mouth shut, and you know the rest. But you know, when the story broke, I heard nothing from him, nothing. And then his people appear and offer me a small fortune to keep all this to myself. As if I'd accept their filthy lucre. As if selling a story of someone else's pain was my only means of support. As if I hadn't already launched my new fragrance, Atrocity by Henry. It's a fragrance for a man or a woman. Or a man-woman. Or a woman. Or a wham. I digress. One day, in the late mid-80s, I was in my early late 20s. I had just been dismissed from university. Summarily dismissed from university after delivering a brilliant lecture on the aggressive influence of German philosophy on rock and roll entitled "You Can't Always Get What You Want." But if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need to. You shut up. What fine. Strangle you with this Jewish hair. Fucking grey head over there. You're dead to me too. I don't even know where I am anymore. Who are you? What the fuck was I talking about? At 26, my academic career was over. I had never kissed a boy, and I was still sleeping with Mom. The search for my other half on this side of the wall had proved futile. Might he be found on the other? But how to get over? You know, people died trying. Such were the thoughts flooding my tiny head on the day that I was sunning myself in an old bomb crater I had discovered near the wall. I am naked, I am face down on a piece of broken church, inhaling a fragrant westerly breeze. Oh, the McDonald's has just opened on the other side. God, I deserve a break today. I've never tasted a glücklich meal and I'm not loving it. The sun is hot, but I feel a sudden chill. I look over my shoulder. A head-shaped shadow is resting on the pillow of my ass. I sure don't mean to annoy you, but my name is Sergeant Luther Robinson. I turn my body to face him. My name is Hansel. Luther is silent for a moment as he stares at my little bishop in a turtleneck. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Hansel, with a name like that, you must like candy. I like gummy bears. Out of his pocket comes a strange American-looking packet that says gummy bears on it. Gummy bears? I select a single clear bear, skeptically. It's the biggest one I've ever seen. The taste is completely different from a gummy bear, but somehow familiar. It's much sweeter than a gummy bear. Oh, and it's much softer too. Its little gummy body stretches on the rack of my molars. Wow. I feel so optimistic, you know. He pours me a handful, his eyes heavy, with an unfamiliar desire. Could it be a desire to please? I suddenly recognize the flavor in my mouth is the taste of power. It's not bad. Damn, Hazel. I cannot believe you're not a girl. You are so fine. Why don't you take a whole bag? He searches my face for news of his fate. His expression is echoed in scores of tiny faces pressing against clear plastic. Panting faces of every imaginable color, creed, and non-Aryan origin, falling out the bag like the windows of a Polish bathhouse. It's only a shower. Absolute power. I push Luther away. I stumble naked through the ruins, back towards blander, less complicated confections, leaving in my wake a trail of rainbow carnage. The next day, Hansel follows the trail back. And lying on my slab are 3 Milky Ways, a roll of Necco wafers, some pop rocks, and a giant-sized sugar daddy named Luther. I've got a sweet tooth for licorice drops and jelly roll. Hey, sugar daddy, I still need some sugar in it, I lay a fine shine on the living, polish up the chrome. If you got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home. Blackstrap molasses, you're my orange blossom, honey bear. Sugar daddy, sugar daddy. Bring me Versace blue jeans, a black designer underwear. Sugar daddy, sugar daddy. Dress up like the disco dance, jet set in Millennium Home. If you got some sugar for me, sugar daddy, bring it home. We're afraid of control, like the rush of rock and roll. It's the sweetest taste I've known. Oh yeah, come on, sugar daddy, bring it home. Let's go shopping. There's something to be seen. Sugar daddy, look at daddy, small round arms. I like this vase. It looks structurally sound. Everything you bring me got me dripping like a honeycomb. If you got some sugar for me, sugar. Oh, it's the vase that seats 5. For the thrill of control, like the lips cream on the roller going down. It's the sweetest taste I know. Oh yeah, come on, sugar daddy, bring it home. Whiskey and French cigarettes, a motorbike, a hot sweet chest, a water pick, a Cuisinart, and a hypoallergenic dog. Oh, I want all the luxury of the modern age. Every item on every page in the Lillian Fair catalog. Something crossed my mind, and I was thinking you look so fine in a velvet dress with heels and a rhinestone. Oh God, Luther, darling, heaven knows I have never put on women's clothes, except for once my mother's camisole. Say they only a woman and truly love me. You buy me the dress, I'll be more woman than a man like you can stay. I'll be a Venus on a chocolate clamshell, rice, don't see marshmallow foam. If you get the sugar from me, the sugar daddy. It's a tradition, I carry high every core, from the Ukraine to the Rome. See no liberales, Lord, I'm coming. Oh yeah, sugar daddy, bring me home. We've got some unfinished business over here. I'm squeezing you into my agenda. What does my tomorrow look like? I believe I have a number of appointments and an even greater number of disappointments. What time is my first disappointment? You can be my second. Oh, yes. Oh, God. Oh,
Birthday!
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, fuck. Oh, yeah. Oh, my grinder is blowing up. I had no idea we were so close to a seminary. Somebody didn't turn their phone off over here. See, I'm 10 feet away, 8 feet away, 6 feet away, 4 feet away. Please tell me. Don't argue with a lonely woman. Now, what's your name?
Tyler.
No, Tyler. According to this, it's America's Next Top Bottom. Tyler. Tyler, do you believe in GPS?
Yes.
Okay, where are you right? Where would you be right now?
-2 inches.
Exactly. Minus 1 inch. You're right. You're half right. But the problem is, I'm not even touching the sides, Tyler. It's like ringing a dinner bell. It's like clang, clang, clang. Tighten up, Tyler. Or get out of the game. My God, I'm moving on to J-date. Let's see. 2 feet away. Oh, hello, ma'am. How are you? Would you like to stand? Face your fate. What's your name?
McCare?
Oh, McCare. No, according to this, it's Chicks Elixir-Lot. Oh my God. Oh, I feel like our menstrual cycles are converging. Oh, thank you so much. Look at it. Let's stop. What? I'm on Jap-app. Okay, what the fuck? Stop pulling at me like I'm a poodle shitting too long. We're in an open relationship, Yitzhak. Take this. What was I talking about? Oh, right, me. Open relationship happening over here. You know, ladies and gentlemen, Luther and I got married. And it was not a traditional relationship. For example, when he popped the question, I believe I was on my knees. We're back! We're back! Yes, we're back. Oh, fuck. Oh, you know, I invited Luther home for dinner. After dessert, he produces a ring, an application for American citizenship, and a wig. He loves me, mother. He wants to marry me. Get me the hell out of here. I put the wig on my head. It's a hideous beige shag. Mother, is this plan so crazy that it just might work? Mother's face might have been a photograph. It was so still. Get me my passport and my camera, Hansel. I know a certain party. It's a simple cut and paste job. We change the photo and you can use my name. Hedwig Schmidt. Not so simple, ladies. Baby, you know I love you. I am always thinking of you, but I gotta marry you here in East Berlin, and that means a full physical examination. But they'll see right away that, baby, to walk away, you gotta leave something behind. Am I right, Mrs. Schmidt? I've always thought so, Luther, Hansel. To be free, one must give up a little part of oneself. And I know just the doctor to take it. Don't move. Go! mother made my tits out of clay. My husband told me that take me away. They dragged me to the doctor one day. I got an angry itch. 6 inches tall and 5 inches back. I got an angry itch. 6 inches tall and 5 inches back. I got an angry itch. Long story short. Oh yeah. Long story short. When I woke up from the operation, I was bleeding down there. I was bleeding from a gash between my legs. It's my first day as a woman. Already it's that time of the month. 2 days later, the hole closed up. The wound healed and I was lost with the 1 inch mound of flesh. Well, my penis used to be what my vagina never was. It was a 1 inch mound of flesh. With the scar running down it like a sideways grimace on an eyeless face, just a little bars. Angry! 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. I got an angry itch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. I got an angry itch. 6 inches forward, 5 inches back. Train's coming. Stay on the cover. I got my itch. Angry itch. Angry itch.
November 9, 1988. A tiny registrar's office with a breathtaking view over the wall. Herr Hansel Schmidt becomes Mrs. Hedwig Robinson.
Tomorrow I am leaving on a jet plane, and by the time I get to Phoenix, love will keep us together. Because I'm just an embryo with a long, long way to go, but I know too much to go back and pretend.
November 9, 1989. Junction City, Kansas.
I sit in my mobile home and on bootleg cable watch the wall come down. Divorced, penniless, a woman. Suddenly I miss mother. I consider calling Berlin, but then remember, with envy, her regents escaped to sunny Yugoslavia. Perhaps Luther will pick up now. It's only been a month since he ran off with that bag boy he met on ChristianMingle.com. Or whatever we called it back then. Church. What am I doing? He was never the one. He was never the missing half. I catch myself in a mirror and for the first time see clearly the horror hunkering on my head. It's the same carpet remnant that Luther presented me with a year ago to disguise my receding. I'm receding. I tear the wig from my scalp. I hurl it across the room in a pile of unopened anniversary presents. There it lies, feigning shock. It's my personal hair system. It's my personal hell. It's my head. Wink. One night like this, when the world's a bitter mix and the lights go down across the trailer park, I get out and feel and then it's time to punch the clock. I put on some makeup, and put the wig back on my head. Suddenly I'm Miss Midwest Midnight, check out Queen, until I head home and I put myself to bed. I look back on where I'm from, look at the woman I've become, and the strangest things seem suddenly routine. I look up from my roof of rocks, a kid's wrapped wigs spilling on the box of towering velveteen. I put some makeup, some lover makeup, and pull the wig down from the shelf. Suddenly I'm Miss Beehive 1953, until I wake up and I turn back to myself. Some girls, they have natural beats, they wear it any way they please, with their French flipping curls, perfumed magazines. Wear it up, let it down, this is the best way that I've found to be the best you have ever. I put on some makeup, turn on the 8-track, I'm pulling the wig down from the shelf. Suddenly I'm Miss Bell Fawcett from TV, until I wake up and I turn back to myself. Shack, but I never bought, no they never do. Sausage, scallop, chicken wings, that's all they do to you. It's a low drop, that a back, it's only on the two. Let's roll, fish, strong, it's all because of you. It's all because of you, it's all because of you. Oh, what do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Do I give good disembodied head? No idea what's going on down in my carburetor. Okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to put down your $75 sippy cups. Draw your attention to the beautiful set piece above. All you have to do is follow the bouncing balls. I put on some makeup, I turn up the 8-track. Oh yeah. I'm pulling the wig down from the shelf. Oh wow! Suddenly I'm the punk rock star, singing this girl, and I ain't never, I'll never turn again. rock and roll gesture. Actually, that was more of a heavy metal gesture. How about a, what? Punk rock gesture? It's the direction of the aggression that defines it. Oh, shut up. Shut up. No, really, shut up. Oh shit, look at this. It completes me. I call it my Sarah Jessica Parker. Some fucking bitch stopped me on the way in. Where is she? The poor unfortunate creature had to die for you to wear that. My Aunt Trudy, I replied. Snap right up that emotional wound. How about this band, ladies and gentlemen? On bass, we have the unflappable Jacek. On drums, the unreliable Slatko. On guitar, the unreachable Krzysztof. And my trusted musical director, the unpronounceable What is it? Right. Say it again. Is it? What's happening up there? Is it disturbance? I'm on security tonight. I've got the Jewish hair. What the fuck is this? For Christ's sake, I told you to sweep up before the show. What is that? Oh, of course, it's the love theme from the Hurt Locker. You can't hide your feelings right now. Can you? Go ahead, I gotta take a dump anyway. Give it a shot. Don't encourage him. Don't shit all over the carpet.
Can I have a B flat?
Oh, don't worry, you'll be flat.
We found a sanctuary in the hurt locker, a spot of safety on the roads. Love can be scary in the hurt locker. It's tender and it's raw. We're filled with shock and awe, and we will be consumed when love explodes.
Edina was better in the role.
We will be consumed when love explodes.
Let it go, honey. Let it go. Don't even fucking stop it. Obviously, somebody hasn't got enough attention. This is my husband, Yitzhak. Blah, blah, blah. He's actually kind of cute, isn't he? This thing has been what? Should be a model, no, maybe a foot model, but you know, this something about this apostrophe. This apostrophe which stands in for a missing letter. Doesn't it? There's an apostrophe. It's like it's been here since 2003. Does it ever tickle your nose? No, because it should be right over here. You know, we met during my great Croatian tour of the early late mid-90s or something. He was the most famous drag queen in all of Zagreb. My former manager, Phyllis Stein, who sadly succumbed during a routine face transplant surgery. Yes, an Altoid fell from the lips of a texting nurse into her exposed eye cavity. The immune response was curiously strong. It was ultimately fatal. And surprisingly, her dying body accepted the new face she was getting, which was that of her Latina intern, who was just trying to pay off her college loans. Concepcion and I still Skype from time to time. It's hard to hear this story. Concepcion and I don't have much to say to each other. I find the sight of Phyllis's face on her oddly comforting. But without Phyllis, there would be no Yitzhak. Yeah. Yitzhak thought Phyllis thought Yitzhak would make a great opening act for me. He was billed as the last Jewess in the Balkans. He was lip-syncing something from Yentl under the name Crystal Nacht. He was good. He was a little bit too good because his applause drowned out my introduction, and I refused to go on. But on my way out, he begged me to take him with me. My face might have been my mother's. It was so still. I said to him, Crystal, to walk away, you've got to leave something behind. I'll marry you on the condition that a wig never touch your head again. I will own your air rights. And we've been inseparable ever since you agreed, right, honey? And continue to be. Looking some immigration. Shit, it's Barbara Streisand over there. As if. I hope you're remaining fans of Hedwig, ladies and gentlemen, wherever my mind goes. Because I find that I'm growing deeply accustomed to your presence.
This little trailer trash kid put on some of his mom's eyeliner, grabbed his beat-up JC Penny guitar, and called himself Tommy Gnosis! Tommy, can you hear me? From this milkless tit, you sucked the very business we call show. Okay. You want to know about Tommy Gnosis? I'll tell you about Tommy Gnosis. Oh, that's why you're here, isn't it? Get this dead thing off of me. Do I get you? After my divorce, shut the fuck up, all of you. Shut the fuck up! It's not that part of the show! After my divorce, I binged on box wine and cheap sex until I finally hit my bottom. He hit me back. Alone. In a sort of Winnebago, licking the last of the blow off my MacBook Pro.
comes back to him. Somebody take this, clone me. Clone me. Let someone else do the next show, clone me. I threw myself on the job market, which was more than the market could bear. So I scraped by with babysitting gigs and odd jobs, mostly the jobs we call blow. I sat for the baby of General Speck. He was the commander of the nearby army fort. His other son was the artist formerly known as my butt boy. Yeah, Tommy Speck. Tommy. He was a 17-year-old, four-eyed, pock-marked, Dungeons and Dragons obsessed Jesus freak with a fish on his truck, and I found him incredibly hot. You know, when that happens, perhaps it was his disdain for authority, his struggle with organized religion. One day I walked in on him punishing the bishop in the bath. The door was wide open. He was clearly waiting for me. I reached down, I finished his grace off, dropped a flyer in the water. By the way, Tommy, I'm performing a short set tonight at Dr. Espresso's Seattle-style coffee enema bar. And maybe I'll see you there. I had recently returned to my first love of music. I had tried singing once back in Berlin. They threw tomatoes. After the show, I had a nice salad. But newly motivated, I got myself a cheap electric piano. And I found a couple of Korean sergeants' wives who churned out a mean rhythm section. We became quite a draw, singing the hits of the day under the name The Angry Inch. That night, the audience was small, but hostile. Hey, yeah, thank you. Thank you, both of you. Thanks so much. That was another one by Creed. How about Kwang Yi on guitar? Huh? Give it up, Kwang. Give it the fuck up, Kwang. That's right, you can give that up now, Kwang. Give it up! Sonic Youth on X-Lax. Oh, looks like we have a little celebrity over by the sweet end roll. Little Tommy Speck, the general's son, over here. Everybody? Somebody? Okay. Well, that's more than I got. Oh. Don't be embarrassed. Okay, all right, I'm nervous myself because this is actually the first song I've ever written. Thank you. It's written for a guy to sing. We're talking to John Mayer's people. But then again, aren't we all? You know the sun is in your eyes. Hurricanes and rain, black and cloudy skies. You're running up and down that hill. You turn it on and off that will. There's nothing here to really you down. And if you've got no other choice, you know you can follow my voice through the dark turns and noises we kill in town. Oh, Lady Luck has led you here. They're so twisted up, they twist you up and fear. The pious hateful and devout, you turn in tricks till you're turned out. The wind so cold it burns, you're burning out, blowing round. And if you've got no and sitting in the spot. Remember Mrs. Lawson when she turned around. And if you've got no other choice, you know you can follow my voice through the dark turns and noises, wicked little town. The next day, I was putting the little speck baby to bed. This can heal. Let's see who needs it. You look terrible. I could have used that, actually. The next day I was putting the little speck baby to bed when Tommy suddenly appeared with a very expensive looking electric guitar. Your show, that fucking song. My dad gave me this guitar to apologize for being a pathetic little dictator. You want to come up to my room? We went up to the attic. He sang me songs, classics, I was informed. The bands were new to me. Boston, Kansas, America, Europe, Asia. I put my hand on his strings. Travel exhausts me. Where are you from, Hedwig? I told him my story. His face might have been a Yes album cover. It was so still. Have you accepted Jesus Christ, the Son of God, as your personal Savior? No. But I love His work. Jesus loves you. Yes, but He's not in love with me. Okay, that's funny, but you know, what He saved us from was His fucking Father. Right? I mean, what kind of God creates Adam in His image and then what pulls Eve out of him to keep him company? Tells them not to eat from the tree of knowledge? So fucking micromanaging. So was Adam, but Eve just wanted to know shit. She took a bite of the apple. She found out what was good and what was evil. She gave it to Adam so he would know because they were in love. And that was good. They now knew from the apple. Hedwig, will you give me the apple? The words spilling from those lips and his eyes, his irises were clear cylinders of surprising depth and emptiness. Only a few puddles of bluish pain sloshed around inside. Same blue as my eyes. Okay, time passes, I get it. At the time, Tommy's performance options were limited to the occasional guitar mass. I initiated a 6-month curriculum of rock history, lyrics, grooming, and vocal training, my patented oven technique. For his graduation present, I gave him his name, Tommy Gnosis, the Greek word for knowledge. We collaborated and songs exploded out of us. He started singing backup for me at Dr. Espresso's. Teenage girls started showing up. I added a few duets, standing room only. Then the Sizzler called. Now, had the Sizzler ever called anyone ever before? My point exactly. Before we knew it, we were in the middle of a year-long residency next to the salad bar. With that kind of money coming in, I was able to give up all my other jobs and devote myself entirely to our career. We were very happy. One day, I'm curled up in the trailer with my usual late afternoon constitutional of grain, alcohol, and Brita. I like to be good to myself. Suddenly, Tommy's at the door in tears. Honey, what is it?
My dad and my mom and my parents.
I hold him, as I never had been held. But as usual, he squirms, he slides behind me, he clutches my spine to his chest. I'm suddenly very much aware that we haven't kissed. In all the months we've been together, somehow he's maintained a near-perfect ignorance of the front of me. Honey, why don't you work on that new song while I finish shaving your eyebrows? Look what you've done. Fuck. Another song blows in from the trailer next door. This song has been playing on a loop for 3 days. Tommy looks up at me through new lenses, one blue and one pink. What do you think? Does love last forever? No, but this song does. Not mock a multi-platinum single, okay? I wish I could hit those notes. Move your lips, honey, I'll sing them for you from a shadowy corner of the stage, like Mick Jagger's backup singer. We laugh at the professional reference. And I return to his brows. Seriously, Tommy, I do believe love is immortal. Look what you've done.
Damn it, how is it immortal?
Yell at me. Perhaps because love creates something that was not there before. What, like procreation? Yeah, but not only. What, recreation? He grabs my ass, he laughs. I don't. Sometimes just creation, honey. Don't move. I paint a bold silver cross on his forehead. Honey, have you thought of a B flat after that D? Look what you've done. Tommy slowly rises and draws the curtains that are attached at the top and the bottom. He holds out his hand. I take it, and I am filled with an ancient clarity. He's the one. There's no blood in my eyes, no blood on his face, yet he's the one. The one who was taken, the one who left. The twin, born by fission, he will die in fusion, our fusion, cold fusion, unlimited power, unlimited knowledge, the secrets that he must hold, the memories that we shared that I have forgotten, the words to complete the sentence that I began. I am. My eyes filled with muddy Maybelline tears. Ah, Henry, oh God. When Eve was still inside Adam, they were in paradise. It's when she was pulled out of him, that's when paradise was lost. So when she enters him again, paradise will be regained. However you want it, honey, just kiss me while we do it. I wrench my body around to face his. I thrust his hands between my... What is that? That's what I have to work with, honey. My mom's probably fucking sissy. What are you afraid of? I love you. You love the front of me. He runs out the back door. You were good. They liked you. Perhaps there's room for both of us in the air. The German and the Jew. Think of the publicity. Think of the symmetry. Think of the power. The gods would be terrified. I was born on the other side of a town ripped in two, and no matter how hard I tried, I end up black and blue. I was from orphan, the doctor slapped. I lost a piece of my heart. Now everyone gets to take a stab. They cut me up into parts. I gave a piece to my mother. I gave a piece to my man. I gave a piece to the rock star. He took the good stuff and ran. About a month sewn up, I had a razor cut scum up across my body, and you can trace the lines through misery's designs that map across my body. Good eyes. I'm all sewn up. A box house. I'm all sewn up. A red button with a needle and thread. The open everywhere diseases are spread through. Tornado body with a hand grenade head, and my legs are too long to dead. It's not a hollowed out. I've set the paper shroud and all the rest illusion. And then the winning's over, you can risk control for chaos and confusion. I'm collage. Now I'm sewn up. I'm outside. I'm all sewn up.
so hard.